Hey, welcome back everybody to today's episode of Electric Cafe. Today's video is about Mauricio van Oswald from Basic Channel. His offshoot label of Basic Channel, Mauricio, was a little bit more. This is the kind of not really the best of, but this is kind of a compilation of a song or two of every of the 7 or 8 releases. I think there is 8 releases. Yeah. Um, One song's featured twice. I think M6 is on there twice. But yeah, just a very influential, very strong. Uh, I wouldn't say it's really a dub techno label. It is kind of a little bit of dub of house involved in it too. It's kind of when you compare it to Basic Channels sound, it is kind of a lot more house than people think it is. But I think people in general do think it's kind of a dub techno. Um, sound, but I would say it is again. It's a little bit more influenced with house as well. You can see there's the basic channel, and then the Maurizio M series front and back on the records, and then the CD versions there at the bottom. The metal one is the original. This is the reissue, on white digipack. Um, Here's the first record on the label. This is Ploy, and then the UR mix is on the other side. This was the first or second basic channel related track I ever heard. It was on a Trezor compilation, Ploy. Um, Got a backup copy here. Um, uh, huge Mauricio basic channel fan. I have all of them. Generally, I have uh, a backup copy of everyone. This is the second one. Um, this was Vancouver from Basic Channel. Excuse me, from Chain Reaction. He mostly was known for that, but he did release Lyot, and then it was remixed on the Basic Channel. Um, it was released on the Basic Channel label. Um, One of the best ones, Domina, Carl Craig remix. There's an original version and the reissue. It's man, you talk about this is what really I talked a lot about Carl Craig in the Carl Craig video I did, but well, obviously I talked about Carl Craig in the Carl Craig video, but I was talking about specifically about his ability to make a remix even better than the original. It is so hard to choose a favorite between the original Domina and the remix. Just both are just amazing, amazing tracks. Amazing tracks. Here's C4, which is the C4 sticker I got later. Um, Classic minimal track, probably. If there's two tracks, if there's two tracks is most known for, it's the 4 and then the 4.5, which is the remix. I have 2 copies of the 4.5, but just both. It's really hard to pinpoint down which I like better, M4 or M4.5. It's really difficult to choose a favorite on the label, especially of those two. Just amazing tracks. M5, probably M6 is probably the least. M5 or M6 is probably the least liked. This is a, excuse this label. This is a different label, but M6. Um, Perhaps my favorite, M7. I don't necessarily have any of the. I don't think I have any of the colored versions. I thought I had a black. Both copies are black, but it's in a. Here's the M7 sticker that I got later on, but it's in the wrong sleeve. This is the clone reissue sleeve. But yeah, let's see this where it includes down the. I'm not sure if it originally came in this record cover, but so it happens a lot. put you use covers or other stuff, and then you find out where they go later. But at least I do have the sticker with it. M7, such a strong record. I don't know. I would probably. There's something to be said about M7. Um, and that's the 8 records in the series. Again, short-lived series, lasted for about a little bit, probably maybe 2 years, from 94 to 96, roughly like that, maybe 93 to 96 at the most. But I think of like M7. I mean, you think of the amazing music on Basic Channel, like Philip's track kind of inspired the more techno chord based, faster techno big chords, right? And then you have M4 and M4 and a half, which sort of set the pattern stage for in general dub techno, what it's supposed to sound like. And then you think of like M7 is kind of like is kind of the one that may have the most lasting impact. It has the chords that sound like electricity and static, and it's not really forward. It's not forward driven like the first example I gave of like Phillips track, where it's a big sounding, uh, like Steric. Like if you guys know Steve Rockman, like he has a big, especially his Perel series and a lot of his Steric stuff, especially in the '90s, is big chord driven, chord powered techno. Right, then you have the minimal style, which is M4 and M4 and a half, and then the M7 is kind of like the juxtaposition. It has the minimal beat, and then the chords and the atmosphere is secondary, and it kind of lends itself to be more. I wouldn't say timeless, but I think in the long run, like that M7 probably inspired the most fans. I think of like Echo Space, for example. Like there's a lot of stuff that sounds like M7 from Echo Space, especially like Dimensional Space, and a lot of the early Echo Space sounds like M7 stuff. It's just I can think of Convection stuff is more related to probably M7 than any other record from dub techno's history. Um, so it's like in a cool way, like the last record of the series is probably maybe the most impactful, and I wonder if they felt that when they did that and then decided not to continue the label. Again, they ended Basic Channel and then ended M Series and started Chain Reaction and uh, the other one was it Main One Records, or the other two records are the ones that are more dub related, which round two came out on Main Street Records, and what was the other one? I want to look it up just because I don't want to forget something. Chain Reaction, Rhythm and Sound. There's also False Tune, but Rhythm and Sound and Main Street Records are the main two that kind of offshooted after Chain Reaction. So just a long lineage of uh, great labels and music that was spawned by and involved with Mark and S2 and Rita Oswald. Just amazing musicians and legendary fixtures, legendary names in techno, and the M series is one of the best. It's probably more so, even more so than Basic Channel is. It's more relevant today than even the Basic Channel stuff, and that's saying a lot considering probably techno is bigger right now than necessarily. Well, I mean, I'm saying more so house. Techno is really popular right now, maybe a little bit more than house. And for the house records to be the house more house stuff of Maurizio to be more able to be worked into like sets and more kind of geared towards what's going on than the basic channel stuff is just by a little bit, but not a lot, but it's just saying the world for these Maurizio records. It's just amazing records. But yeah, a quick video. I'm going to do an overview on Maurizio. I'll probably rank the album sometime. If I was to do it quickly, I'd probably say, man, it's tough. M3, the remixes are so tough. If I had to say top three, it's either M3, M7, and either 4.5 or 4. Those are definitely my top 4. I'm not sure which one would be top 3, but it'd be really hard to pick a favorite. Be really hard to pick a favorite between those. But yeah, but it's curious if you have a favorite M series or a favorite M track. If you have any general thoughts about Basic Channel or Maurizio. I'm wearing my Basic Channel shirt today, as you can see. And also my Echo Space hat. Being all dub techno today. All dubbed out today. Alright, well, thanks for watching today's video on Maurizio. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.